to the Runrx podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to the Runrx podcast. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and I'm here with Coach Valerie. It is a new year. It is 2024, not when we're recording this, of course, but it will be when you guys listen to it. And what is so interesting is we're going to start off the new year with a new topic, sort of. I'm going to say sort of because it's really not a new topic. We just find it fascinating. Valerie, just before the Christmas holiday, you actually took a trip, visited a friend, and you got to learn the basics of the new fad, pickleball, which I've yet to try. So what did you find fascinating? What did you find out about pickleball? What did you find fascinating about pickleball? And what does pickleball have to do with Runrx? Those are my three questions for you.
Well, let me say this. The best thing about pickleball is I learned that the way they got the name pickleball is from their dog, who was named Pickle and would steal the ball. You know, I love dogs. So I was like, that was really great. This is the best thing. So I took this pickleball lesson, and one, I'm not a pickleballer, but definitely had a lot of fun, and I'm sure I'll get back out and play again. Two things I want to say. One is the whole lesson was about the skill of the game, the rules of the game, how to play the game, and also some instruction on how to actually hit the ball, right? That was the main part of the lesson. As we were playing, and the lesson, by the way, guys, was like a 45-minute lesson, and there was so much need for elasticity in the feet. And what I mean by that is it is definitely less movement than tennis, which is why it's so popular. You play with a partner, and you still, though, you've got to go forward and back and side to side. And you've got to do it pretty quickly because you're trying, of course, to get to the ball. So what I really found interesting is the drills that we use for Runrx will help you in your pickleball, because the idea of what we're teaching is we're really helping people. One is develop their elasticity, which, fun fact, we all have the ability to continue to develop our elasticity until age 85. And then at age 85, it's a maintenance game. However, you can't wait till you're 85. You've got to start now. And it's a use it or lose it is one way to say it. If you are not developing elasticity, you lose it. And this is why people get stiff. You know, when you watch people as they're older, the stiffness sets in, right? And they walk kind of shuffly. So that's what I was noticing, is the need for elasticity to play pickleball is huge. And when again, this was just a lesson. I'm not in any way, talking about, I would be separate. Like you don't want me to teach you how to play pickleball. I promise.
Right. We're not talking about this so that you come to us to learn pickleball. Not at all.
However, the ability to be able to move laterally quickly or forward and back quickly requires agility and elasticity. Right. And what's so amazing is one of the main things that we teach with Runrx is bending your knees. And until you have someone talk to you about bending your knees, you have no awareness of how much you are locking your knees. And if you are someone that stands with their legs locked or knees locked, or you run by, using that extended leg, wow, you will suffer on that pickleball court. I mean, you'll suffer in running as well. However, you can really see it, because if you're locked and you try to reach for a ball or try to move your leg, you'll realize you can't move as quick as you wanted to. So right now, unfortunately, pickleball, the good news is pickleball is growing so much as a sport, which is fun. People are outside, they're moving, all that. Unfortunately, what's coming with it is the injuries. We are the number of injuries with pickleball, and they're all lower leg, of course, because unfortunately, if you're not, again, if you haven't worked on your elasticity in a while, and you go out there and you play pickleball and you lunge for a ball and you haven't lunged in years, your knees like, hey, your shin, your ankle,
Yeah.
what are you doing? So, and what's interesting is, like I said, our lesson was 45 minutes. So games are somewhere around 45 minutes to an hour, I believe. And most people play multiple. Like they'll go out on a Sunday or Saturday or Sunday and play 3 hours of pickleball. And then they're like, oh my God, I can't walk. My ankles are so tight. So anyway, it was just so fun to me to think, okay, the footwork I've got, I had a lot of fun hopping around the court. And again, I noticed nobody warmed up their feet and ankles. No one did any hops. And it would be so simple to add some of that stuff in. And wow, it'll improve your pickleball. You'll be able to move around the court so much better. And then, of course, maybe you think, hey, I could maybe run again.
Yeah. That would be great. So other than just the general ball, you're saying that if I wanted to possibly get better at pickleball, it's not impossible to follow us, right? To go onto our YouTube channel, our Instagram, and see some of the drills you do. And if you did those drills and those warm-ups, you could possibly reduce injury with your pickleball, right? Having nothing to do with running.
In 100%. Yes.
Yeah. So do you find like getting out there? I've been noticing, I'm always bringing up things like, martial arts and the mental side of playing piano and all this other stuff. Are you surprised that pickleball, like we haven't brought up tennis in the past. We haven't brought up golfing in the past. I don't think you ball a foot hop in golfing, but are there other sports that you think that some of these things that you might find would be helpful? Like maybe somebody's, I'm doing I don't do pickleball. I play racquetball, or I play tennis.
Well, it'd be the same. And
it would be
here. Yeah, and here's the interesting part, because you mentioned golf. You need it for golf as well. You're still, even if you ride the golf cart,
right?
Hopefully you're walking. But that's what's so interesting, that people don't really understand about elasticity. It keeps all of your movement, and it helps you move better. So whether it's walking, by the way, whether it's running, pickleball, racquetball, tennis, of course, and 100%. But I would think people that play tennis would have more, I would hope, probably do more kind of warm up and things like that. This sport, the thing with pickleball that's different is it's so, the way they've evolved it to be so open to anyone, right? Anyone can play pickleball. And they're putting courts in, even in my neighborhood, they just put courts in right across from the senior center. I mean, the idea is to encourage anyone to play. So we're seeing, like I said, a lot of more active seniors playing. So this is why I brought it up, because we're not seeing a surge of people playing tennis, we're seeing but pickleball, like we had the pickleball championship in Dallas, and there was 20,000 people here for pickleball. So the only other place that we're seeing that kind of numbers at once is marathons. I mean, it's amazing. Like Chicago is already sold out, and they said 130,000 runners applied to get into Chicago, and they can only accept 50,000. Same with New York, same with Boston. These marathons are starting to have you saw one in Dubai, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so Dubai, guys, had 264,000 runners. They had 2 full shoots that they opened at the same time. It was huge. It was gigantic.
So, that's my point. It's like, we see that with marathons and half marathon. We see that with running races where you'll see thousands of people participating at once. And so this is the first, the newer sport, if you will, that is now taking over, because courts everywhere are opening up. People are fighting over courts, even the courts in my neighborhood. No fighting, but there's lines. Like people are waiting to play pickleball. And this is not something you haven't seen this kind of interest in activity, I guess, in a long time. Because again, having the availability to play, it's kind of a lower skill to start. Anybody can start playing. So I was just excited because I love getting people outside. I love people moving. But I thought, wow, you guys will really save yourselves just adding in some of these foot and ankle exercises and elasticity drills. And to keep in mind, guys, most of the runners that come to see us, they're not adding elasticity drills because in their mind, they think the running is what gives them the elasticity. And we're like, actually, it's the opposite. The running is using your elasticity. That's why you want to have some to be able to use. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So if you are playing pickleball, let us know if you try these drills and it gives you some success and makes you feel better or maybe gets over an injury. We'd love to know. You can reach out to us at support@runrx.fit. That's support@runrx.fit. And I hope you are following us on and wherever you get your podcasts, and now including YouTube, as well as X. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram. And actually, we've also added Rumble. We're going to start doing some of these longer form videos and putting them into Rumble. So basically, we're trying to get you almost wherever you watch videos or wherever you get your content. And we hope you are going to have a fantastic 2024. And we hope you'll stay with us. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the Runrx podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.